Welcome back to Black Star Dove. Welcome back to my channel. Man, it's hot here in Phoenix, man. Had to turn off my AC to do this video. Got to remember to do these things at night. But yeah, just the topic of discussion of this video will be, going for those opportunities. First of all, I'm gonna say, it's still HBO, which is help a brother out. Most definitely want to get to 1,000 subscribers, just so I can just use this as another stream of income. Just like keep making money. Making money while you sleep. That is the ultimate goal. Other than that, there was something else I wanted to say. It was just on the tip of my brain, and I forgot it. Oh, okay. So the original, I was going to start this new series called Black People Having Their Cake and Eating It Too. And the first video, which was to be about how we want certain things without taking everything with it. Like, for instance, if you wanted a vicious dog, you wanted that mean dog, that mean pit bull that's going to bite everybody. But then you get mad when it turns around and bite you. You can't have something without the necessary behavioral traits or traits of characteristics that would come with that. Another example would be like most women would say that they want a thuggish type man, but they want that, that passion thug. So like, even though that is possible, but it's outside the norm. So things of that nature. But yes, that's going to be a whole other series. What made me want to do this video was last night, I was just thinking, because I was talking to a friend of mine, and it just really had me like, man, what's the word I want to use? Like, just like, not being afraid of opportunities. And then I seen another video today by another YouTuber named Breezy Deezy. You heard me mention her a few times before. If you can't, check out her video, and she did something like along the same lines earlier that I was already going to do. So I was like, oh man, like, most definitely got to do this. So, just like, not being afraid to take opportunities, not always going for the easy road, and just believing in yourself. Like, for instance, I recently turned down a opportunity to go to New York City to interview for a high-ranking position. Honestly, because I just didn't think that I belonged. Even though they offered me to fly me out and all that stuff, and it's a trip to New York City, so it's not that bad. I would have been there for like 3 days. Everything comp. I should have just took it just for the trip, but I just didn't think that I could compete at that point yet, and I lost a whole lot of faith in me, and it's like weird because some of the people who did believe in me, who encouraged me to do it, and I went through with it, then I pulled out at the last second, and now they're like, so now I gotta work twice as hard to reprove myself, when I just could have believed myself in the beginning. There's a whole lot of things that factor into that. Number one being is that, I'm not a New York City kind of guy. What is a New York City kind of guy? I'm not like that Wall Street dude. And I let that really mess into my psyche, and really just be like, even though they're offering me this opportunity, like, I just didn't think that I belong. Sometimes when I go to these car meets, anybody knows anything about me, they know I love cars. Like, cars are a true passion of mine. And I got a nice little car, but it's not like some of these other cars. When I go to these car meets, I'm like, man, I don't belong here. Like, look at these cars are better than mine. So it's just something that I'm always watching, and I'm always comparing myself to others, which is perfectly fine, but I should just leave it at the comparisons. I really shouldn't internalize it too much. And then with this other opportunity, for those who do know, if not, this will be my first time actually mentioning this, my son's mother has cancer. So she's getting ready to start chemo again, and I wanted to make sure that I was here to support her. Now, we're not together or anything like that, but I still wanted to be there to support, and I might have to have my sons at times, my sons. I might have to have my son at times. So it's just like, man, it's just, There's just a lot going on. And like, I don't know what direction to really go in. And I let a lot of opportunities slip because I wanted to take the easier route or wasn't sure of myself. Now I am more sure of myself than before, because sometimes you just gotta like sit back and recollect yourself. You gotta remind yourself of who you are and what you have done. The number one way I do that is by looking at how I got here. And I made a series of videos of how I got to Phoenix and things of that nature, and how I started from absolutely nothing to having what I have now, which isn't much, but it's something. And then just not being afraid of that next step. So what my next step is, and fortunately, I think I'm going to leave the company that I am at right now. I'm not really entirely happy there. I stayed because it's a extremely popular, wide-known company. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. It's like, like for instance, even when I was gonna get the promotion that I was going after, I was still just a nut in the machine. I was like I went from a screw to like a washer or a bigger screw, like, because that's how big this machine is. So, even though it would have been something to me, in the grand scheme of things, it wouldn't have been made much to the company, which is also another reason why I'm thinking about staying, because it's like, at any point in time, I could just go over to a different part of the machine and no one would ever know. But yeah, just like, just believing in yourself, man, because that self-doubt takes a lot out of you. And I'm used to like people calling me out and calling me things anyway, but sometimes, like everybody else, I tend to let things get to me, even when I know that they shouldn't, because I'm always just trying to be better. So I'm tripping up over my words right now, because I know what I want to say, and it's on the tip of my mind, but I don't know how to articulate it, if that makes sense. I really think because here it is. So my son will be moving to Ohio sometime between July and November. The original date was for November, but his mom said, hey, they may go sooner. So we have between July and November. I want to be able to, I don't know if I want to go back east or if I just want to stay here. So that's why I'm kind of trying to weigh things out and to see what I actually want to do. Because I think I might just stay here. If not, like for instance, me personally, I don't want to go back east. Like, I am done with back east. If I move back east, I'm only moving to Miami. I will actually prefer to move to Los Angeles. But that's just like a whole lot of things I got to factor. But I think I'm just going to stay here and then just have my son on the holidays and breaks and things of that nature. But anyway, that's beside the point. But that was kind of the reason why I really didn't go to New York, because I was like, okay, do I really want to do this and factor all these things in? So I'm trying to like wait things out. But other than that, I want to say, believe in yourself. Like, if you see an opportunity, take it, especially if you know it's for you. Like, don't ever think that it's not for you, especially when people are telling you, hey, it's for you. Like, don't have that self-doubt is fucking real. And it got to me a lot. And hopefully you'll learn from my mistake. And I know I'm gonna learn from my mistake, because I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna bounce back real good. Other than that, I love you. Take care. Peace.